In this video, we are going to see how to use 2D arrays in C++ programming language. Now let's look at that one through an example. Let's say we are going to write a grading program that takes a set of grades for 5 different students and find the average for each student. Now let's go ahead and create rows. Let's say 5 rows, 5 columns. We are going to put 5 students in the rows and we are going to put 5 marks for like each columns. Now let's go ahead and create that. So we are going to put const integer rows equal to 5, and then we are going to put const integer columns equal to 5, and 5, let's leave a space. It doesn't matter, but okay. Now let's go to let's set the total. Let's set an integer for total, and we are going to set a variable. We need a variable for total and average, so we are going to set integer total equal to 0, and we are going to set a double average is equal to 0.0, and now we are going to create our array. So in order to do that, we are going to put the grades in the array. So we are going to put integer grades and rows, columns, and let's create a set of marks. Okay, so we are going to put the marks for the first student. Let's put some random marks like 89, then 67, then 89, 98. Okay, it's better to leave a space. Okay, 90, and then 89, and then 78. Okay, now this is for the first student, and let's go to the second student. Okay, curly bracket, and 90, 97, 97, 89, 87, and let's say, okay, there's something wrong right here. 0. Okay, now it looks good. Also, we don't need a space here. Okay, let's put 98. Okay, let's close this one. This is for the second student. Now let's move to the third student. We can put something like 90, 96, and 87, 88, 95, and let's move to the third student. 76, 69 or 60, and 90, 90, and then 79, 85, and then close, and we are going to go to the last student. 90, okay, 69, and then 98, and then 78, and then 80, 88. Okay, now we have finished our grading columns and rows, and now we are going to end this one, semicolon. After that, now we have to find the average and the total. So first what we are going to do is we are going to set the rows and columns, right? So first we are going to create a for loop. for loop. We set integer r is equal to 0 and r is less than rows, plus plus r, close the bracket and curly bracket, and then cout. Now we are going to print the student. So cout, we are going to print the student. So we put student right here and a space, close the quote mark, and then we go to the next one, and here we put r plus 1, because we put r plus 1 because starting from 0 we cannot say 0 student, or like, because it's better to say student 1, student 2, something like that, right? So that's why r plus 1. So when we put this, when the r0 comes, this will add 1 to that and we will get student 1. So that's good. Now let's go to the next one, and also we put after the student 1 we put a mark like this and then close. Okay, now a semicolon. Now let's set our columns. Integer integer c is equal to 0, c is equal to 0, and semicolon, c is less than columns, and plus c. And now what we are going to do is we are going to print the grades. So cout grades r c. Okay, then a space. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Next one, what we are going to do is, after we print the grades, for example, if we print these numbers like 8, 9, 6, 7, all the numbers 67, 90, after we print the numbers we want to add them together, so we set a total. So total is going to add them together, right? Add the grades together. So this is going to be total grades r and c, semicolon. After that, now we have to find the average. To find the average, we can simply divide the columns numbers. If you see, we have 5 marks, and if you add them together, that's gonna give the total for 5 marks, and then you divide this by the columns number. We have 5 columns, right? So if you divide that by the columns number, that's gonna give us the average. So we can set average like, also before I do that, I have to close this curly bracket, and let's go to the average is equal to total divided by columns and semicolon, and then cout average average, and finish that one, average, end line. Okay, now after we find the average for the first row, so each row we are calculating average for each row. After we calculate the first row, after each time we are going to set the total and average to 0. So we have to put total equal to 0, and then average is equal to 0.0, and also semicolon after that. Okay, now we are done, right? Now let's execute this one and see what we get. Okay, there's some error. Okay, let's see what happens right here. Okay, I didn't close this one. Okay, then now let's run this one. Okay, if you see student 1 and we have all the marks and then average, and that's how we can use 2D arrays in C++ language. I hope you guys find this video helpful. See you next time.